was enough.
Yeah, when somebody throws a Kouchigari for an ippon, it's one of my favorite throws. I think it's quite spectacular to score an ippon from a Kouchigari.
Well, this bronze medal match then, PERENC of Poland against Jeong of Korea. And this is an interesting one because PERENC is one of 5 Polish ladies at the moment on the circuit that are winning regular medals, and PERENC is there again. So watch her because she'll not stop coming forwards all the time, all the way through this match.
Jeong Bokyoung from Korea is in the blue gi, and of course Agata PERENC is in the white gi. This is for a bronze medal, minus 52 kilograms. Montreal 2019, you can see it right there on the mat. This is the first ever Montreal Grand Prix.
Well, the different styles, we were talking about the different styles, weren't we, of the different countries, and I think we can almost see what country they come from by the different, the way they fight and the style that has developed within that country.
Yeah, the regional influence.
Well, it's interesting you say that, because the regional influence being what the wrestling. I mean, a lot of them are wrestling influences as well, aren't they?
Yeah, other types of grappling. We mentioned sambo earlier, wrestling, and some of their native traditional sports as well. Some of the, for example, Turkey has that one where they wear a rope. And
yes, Karash.
Yes. Battling for the grip right now. Wow. Wow. Let's see how she landed there. Was that ippon or was that Wazari? And that's kind of on the cusp of the two, but looks like she got a Wazari for that.
Yeah, terrific, wasn't it? That was absolutely superb.
Very fast. She was completely in the air and landed really hard. Just not a complete back landing. Oh.
Well, that was a close one. We've seen that before, haven't we? Let's have a look at this. Sori Kamigoshi off the sleeves. And brilliantly taken. Ooh. Just not quite on the points of the shoulders there. So they say that if it just lacks one of the main points that make up ippon, impetus on the points of the shoulders, speed and execution, and if it misses just one of those, they'll give it a Wazari. But that was very close.
Looked like she was going for a drop-down modified Kataguruma. That was stopped.
Well, yeah, I mean, a lot of people said, didn't they, that Kataguruma has been lost, Teguruma has been lost, but, I mean, we've got a lot of very similar hybrid techniques that have come from it. And that was close from PERENC. PERENC almost counters her then. And this isn't over yet.
Yeah, you go to the well one too many times and they're going to develop that counter, and that was pretty close.
Well, you say go to the well too many times. It's attacking, isn't it, with the same techniques and over again. You get to block it in the end, and then, of course, like you said, the counter comes from it.
Yeah, I mean, I understand why people do it. They've had success with it, and they want to go back to it. But it's almost like once you've had success with it, you almost used it up, because they're so good at adapting and defending.
And that's what it's about, isn't it? Adapting. When you can adapt to certain situations, that's what makes the great fighters.
Yeah, and adapting after one attempt or one execution, it's incredible how fast they can make that adaptation.
Well, and there's prime example. Here we go. She got the shimiwaza on. Is that on? That might be on.
Her
that
arm is just not. Oh,
she's
wait.
Gonna
is it
really pulling? She's pulling hard
it's
here.
On the side of her head, though.
It's underneath the neck, that's for sure. If she can get the leverage there, PERENC putting everything into that. And I think that Jeong will try and hold that out. She just manages to do so. You were breathing heavy there as well.
I'm sweating from that. I'm literally sweating from that. And she put so much effort into that.
Yeah, there's the throw again, different angle this time.
I wonder how much fatigue her arm is going to experience because she put everything into that.
Yeah, we were talking about how difficult it is when you put that kind of energy into something. You get up there and your forearms are blown, lactic acid into the forearms. And then your coach on the side there saying, come on, why can't you grip?
Yeah. Yeah, lactic acid's a real thing, man. It's no joke. I don't know what that even was.
Well, it was an attempt at your Kataguruma, which is the Yoko Satemi off to the side, and it was no rotation, didn't break the balance, gets a penalty for it. I didn't mean your Kataguruma, but the one that you talked about.
Mine's a little faster.
And I have no doubt about that. None whatsoever.
Look at the double sleeve grip. Oh, no, that's it. That's a bronze medal.
Yeah, it's all over. She just played those last seconds out, didn't she, Zhang? And she did enough. Sometimes we see the bronze medalists, not a smile on their face, you know, because they came here for more and they expected more. But she's going to be happy with that because it's very important world ranking points.
That's an interesting subject that you touched on there, that a lot of high-level athletes, there's no kids that dream of an Olympic silver medal or bronze medal. You know, they want the top prize, and although that's a massive accomplishment, sometimes a bronze medal just doesn't satisfy that itch.
No, exactly. That was the technique that did it. So great technique, won this match, and in the end, Zhang, from this very, very low Soli Surakamigoshi, where she plants herself right the way between the legs. She's right the way. The hips are just perfectly placed. Didn't quite put her on her back for the ippon, but the wazari was good enough to win.
Yeah, the ability to immediately drop down and spring back up. Oh, she's quite happy.
Yeah, smile says it all.
That's quite the different side of her from that, you know, that stoic game face she has.
Yes, it is. It's funny, isn't it, seeing him